What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning episode of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. You're going to hear background noise. I'm doing it in the kitchen. It's late at night. It's going to be dogs and cats and people and games and everything else. So just bear with us here today. It's been a day, folks. It's been a day, but it's been a good day. So right now the Bengals are leading the Steelers. It's getting late. It's already 10:30 here on the East Coast. I don't know how you guys do this on the East Coast watching these games, but it's late. And so I am going to count this, barring a complete and total collapse, win for the Bengals. Lamar Jackson over 1.5 touchdown tosses. We got that. The same game parlay with Derrick Henry. Anytime touchdown. He got 2 over 100 yards rushing easily. That comes in at a plus 128. Indiana State got smoked defensively. They won the game by 4. They covered. Did not get the team total of 76.5 there. So it is a 3-1 day for us, a winning day as long as the Bengals don't blow it, a winning day for us here on the Daily Juice, and that's good because we haven't had one of those in a couple of days. So that's nice to get that in. It is week 18. It is the end of the regular season. This is a horrific day to bet football, okay? Who's playing? Why are they playing? Who's in? Who is out? So what we're going to focus on is 4 NFL player props. And then we're going to take a look at one teaser, and that's it, okay? Because it's going to be a ridiculous day of, players may play halves and then sit. Players may say they're playing and then not. You may see an effort that you're not expecting out of a team that's been eliminated because there have been games. I mean, if you're looking at trends, this is a pretty interesting trend if you want to follow this, okay? Where teams who have been eliminated, this comes from Stuckey of the Action Network, a guy that I'm friends with and I trust a lot. Since 1990, teams that have been eliminated that are taking on teams that need to win over the final 2 weeks of the regular season have gone a 105, 69, and 4 against the spread. So here, it's the Saints at Tampa, the Panthers at the Falcons, and the Jets at Miami, meaning teams that have been eliminated playing teams that must win. Tampa must win to win the division to get in. Atlanta must win to win the division. They're in the same division to get in. The Jets are taking on Miami. Miami's not guaranteed to get in with a win, but they need to win to stay alive with the tiebreaker situation. So if you want to take the Saints, plus 14, take the Panthers, plus 7.5, or take the Jets, plus 1, plus 1.5. Go right ahead because that's not a horrible thing to do here if you want to just follow trends. I'm not taking really any of them, although the Falcons and the Panthers game is part of a teaser that I'm going to put together for us here today. So let's talk player props, okay? Player props are going to be very interesting today. Let's start with a running back for the Bears, who I think is going to get fed a lot today. Now, the Bears have had a lot of things that have gone wrong this season. A whole lot of things have gone wrong. But DeAndre Swift has 894 rushing yards. That's 106 away from 1,000. That's a pretty big number for running backs, okay? Getting guys coming over, trying to establish, just their value and their worth. We know Green Bay. Who knows who Green Bay is going to play, okay? We know the Packers are pretty much set here. I think you'd see the Bears just run the football. We know there's going to be a new head coach next year. Also to talk about Mike McCarthy potentially going to Chicago. I don't know how Packer fans will feel about that. It's a rivalry game. We know about the Packers and under Aaron Rodgers, the ownership. But I think they're going to feed the football a lot to DeAndre Swift, and his prop number is under 50. Let's get DeAndre Swift a lot of carries here today, trying not to get anybody hurt. Don't get Caleb hurt. He's been sacked 67 times, by the way. He is 9 sacks away from the record set by David Carr in his rookie campaign, where he was sacked 76 times. That's ridiculous. We're going to go DeAndre Swift over on his rushing prop here. Again, these are important to shop around too, but the number I played was 43.5. DeAndre Swift over 43.5 yards rushing for a half a unit to win a half a unit. Bet number 2, record time. Terry McLaurin of the Washington Commanders. He is 1 touchdown away from setting the Commanders' single season touchdown record. He's facing the Cowboys, arch rival. Cowboys defense is trash, like we know. McLaurin's going to get targeted quite a bit. We'll see how much he stays in the game, but this could be like get McLaurin a touchdown and then get him out of the game. Anytime touchdown for Terry McLaurin is just plus 105. We're going to come in and jump on that with Terry McLaurin. We're going to go plus 105. Anytime touchdown for Terry McLaurin. Number 2, Mike Evans needs 85 yards for his 11th straight 1,000-yard receiving season. Would tie Jerry Rice's consecutive 1,000-yard record. Evans is facing the Saints in a game in which his team is favored by 14 points. I think we see over 100 yards from Mike Evans, maybe even more than that. Big game for Mike Evans here today. They got to win to get in. You know he's going to play as much as till the game pretty much is out of reach. Mike Evans is a huge target, obviously, in this offense. I think you see Mike Evans go off big, over 94.5 yards receiving for Mike Evans here today against the Saints. And then finally, Sam Darnold. We're going to take a shot here, okay? Take a little shot here. Sam Darnold needs 4 passing touchdowns to set the Vikings single-season passing record. The total for this game is 56.5. It's really high. Vikings are 3-point dogs. If you play Sam Darnold to throw 3 or more touchdowns, FanDuel has this. It is plus 186. I'm going to take a shot here with Sam Darnold to go and throw 3 or more touchdowns here up against the Lions. Now, that's anticipating this game flying over, but the games at Ford Field typically fly over, even though it is Sunday Night Football. We get 3 passing touchdowns. It's plus 186 for Sam Darnold. He needs 4 for the record. He gets 3, gets 1 short, and we cash this bet. 3 or more. FanDuel has this at plus 186. We're going to play a half a unit down on this. Sam Darnold, 3 or more passing touchdowns against the Lions here tonight at plus 186 for a half a unit. Take a shot on that. And then finally, the last teaser of the regular season. If I like Darnold to throw 3 touchdown tosses potentially, I think the Vikings are going to be in the game. I think the Lions win, but I think the number 3 is accurate. I'm going to give the Vikings 6 points. Vikings plus 9. And then I think the Vikings are going to win. I think the Falcons are going to win, rather. You could potentially pull the number down if you want. If you want to pull the number from 14 down to 8 for the Bucks, I don't mind that, but I'm a little hesitant on that. Just a little bit on the hesitant side. I'll play that teaser too, but I think you can also sit there and take the number from 7.5 and pull it down to 1.5 and just have the Falcons win at home against the Panthers. The Panthers have been a thorn in the side for teams, but I don't think the Panthers win the game on the road outright in Week 18. Okay, I don't think that happens, even though, like I said before, you can bet on the Panthers to win the game, or to cover, if you will, taking the 7.5. I'm going to pull it down to 1.5. Falcons minus 1.5. Yes, if they win by 1, we lose the bet. That's the one fear. That's why the number is 7.5. It's teaser insurance. You can do a 7-point teaser if you want and avoid this, but I like laying the 120 juice rather than the 130 or 135 juice you're going to play with a 7-point teaser. Okay, so those are the plays for us here on Week 18 of the NFL. We're going with DeAndre Swift, over 43.5 yards rushing. Terry McLaurin, anytime touchdown. Mike Evans, over 94.5 yards receiving. Sam Darnold to throw 3 or more touchdown tosses at plus 186. And the teaser of the day is the Vikings plus 9. Falcons minus 1.5. I'm going to go watch the end of this game with the Bengals. Hopefully we get the money line. We have a winning day to talk about, heading us into a Sunday for the last day, and then I'll recap the entire week coming up on Monday, depending on how we do here on Sunday. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys find me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning, regardless of where you get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.